So you've been hearing a lot about opening a Roth IRA and you would like to open one, but now you need to figure out where do you do that? So there are three big discount brokerage firms. Those are Vanguard, Fidelity, and Schwab. So Vanguard is the original. They are who brought private investors the option to do index investing, which is what I recommend. They are investor owned as well. So it's kind of like going to a credit union versus going to a bank, or going to a co-op versus going to a regular grocery store. Fidelity and Schwab are their competitors, and those competitors have lowered their prices below Vanguard's for some specific index funds in order to compete with Vanguard. So in the end, all three are great. They're all a great option. You can find great index funds in any of them, or index ETFs are fine as well. So it kind of comes down to personal preference. The first question that I would ask is, how much do you have to invest to start with? Because Vanguard has a $3,000 minimum for their index funds. And so if you have $100 to start, well then if you wanted to be in Vanguard index funds, that's not going to work for you. If you are okay with ETFs, which are great, except for you cannot do automated investing. So if you wanted to say, put $100 in now and then add $100 monthly and just set it up to automatically invest that money, you would not be able to do that in ETFs. You would be able to do that in index funds. So let's say you didn't need to automate it and you were fine with ETFs. Well, then if you go with Vanguard, you're going to be able to buy only in full shares. And so you would need to be contributing to the same amount that a full share would be. And so right now, a full share of their total stock market index fund is around $230. So if you're going to be adding in $20 increments, well, then you probably don't want to go with Vanguard to invest in ETFs either. Now, if you started with the $3,000, if you already had $3,000 to start with, and you're going to add $20 increments afterwards, perfectly fine. Vanguard's great. If you have $3,000 and you want to invest in more than one index fund, once again, Vanguard's not going to be a good option for you. So, and then otherwise, really, Fidelity or Schwab would be great in any of those situations. So their index funds do not require a minimum contribution to start with. They also allow ETFs in partial shares or fractional shares. And so you could actually open an account at Fidelity or Schwab, and then you could invest in either their version of the same index fund that you were interested in at Vanguard, say the total US stock market index fund, or you could invest in Vanguard's ETF of the total stock market index fund, and you can invest in that and buy it in partial shares. So in the end, the basic question is just, how much do you have to start with? Do you want to invest in index funds or ETFs? How many index funds do you want to invest in if you want to invest in more than one? And then you can kind of from there decide what might be a good fit for you.